Dubai is the most populous city in the United Arab Emirates, UAE, and the capital of the Emirate of Dubai, the most populated of the 7 emirates of the United Arab Emirates. Established in the 18th century as a small fishing village, the city grew rapidly in the early 21st century with a focus on tourism and luxury, having the second most 5-star hotels in the world, and the tallest building in the world, the Burj Khalifa, which is 828 meters, 2,717 feet, tall. In the eastern Arabian Peninsula on the coast of the Persian Gulf, it is also a major global transport hub for passengers and cargo. Oil revenue helped accelerate the development of the city, which was already a major mercantile hub, a center for regional and international trade. Since the early 20th century, Dubai's economy relies on revenues from trade, tourism, aviation, real estate, and financial services. Oil production contributed less than 1% of the Emirates' GDP in 2018. The city has a population of around 3.49 million, as of 2021. History. The history of human settlement in the area now defined by the United Arab Emirates is rich and complex, and points to extensive trading links between the civilizations of the Indus Valley and Mesopotamia, but also as far afield as the Levant. Archaeological finds in the Emirate of Dubai, particularly at Al-Ashush, Al-Sufau, and the notably rich trove from Saruk al-Hadid settlement through the Ubaid and Hafid periods, the al-Nar and Wadi Saq periods, and the 3 Iron Ages in the UAE. The area was known to the Sumerians as Magan, and was a source for metallic goods, notably copper and bronze. The area was covered with sand about 5,000 years ago as the coast retreated inland, becoming part of the city's present coastline. Pre-Islamic ceramics have been found from the 3rd and 4th centuries. Prior to the introduction of Islam to the area, the people in this region worshipped Bajir, or Beja. After the spread of Islam in the region, the Umayyad Caliph of the Eastern Islamic world invaded southeast Arabia and drove out the Sasanians. Excavations by the Dubai Museum in the region of Jumeirah, found several artifacts from the Umayyad period. An early mention of Dubai is in 1095 in the Book of Geography by the Andalusian Arab geographer Abu Abdullah al-Bakri. The Venetian pearl merchant Gasparo Balbi visited the area in 1580 and mentioned Dubai for its pearling industry. Establishment of modern Dubai. Dubai is thought to have been established as a fishing village in the early 18th century and was, by 1822, a town of some 800 members of the Bani Yas tribe and subject to the rule of Sheikh Tarnan bin Shakbat of Abu Dhabi. In 1822, a British naval surveyor noted that Dubai was at that time populated with 1,000 people living in an oval-shaped town surrounded by a mud wall, scattered with goats and camels. The main footpath out of the village led to a reedy creek while another trailed off into the desert which merged into caravan routes. In 1833, following tribal feuding, members of the Al-Biyu Falasa tribe seceded from Abu Dhabi and established themselves in Dubai. The exodus from Abu Dhabi was led by Ubaid bin Said and Maktoum bin Butti, who became joint leaders of Dubai until Ubaid died in 1836, leaving Maktoum to establish the Maktoum dynasty. Dubai signed the General Maritime Treaty of 1820 with the British government along with other trucial states, following the British campaign in 1819 against the Ras Al Khaimah. This led to the 1853 Perpetual Maritime Truce. Dubai also, like its neighbors on the Trucial Coast, entered into an exclusivity agreement in which the United Kingdom took responsibility for the Emirate's security in 1892. In 1841, a smallpox epidemic broke out in the Bur Dubai locality, forcing residents to relocate east to Deira. In 1896, fire broke out in Dubai, a disastrous occurrence in a town where many family homes were still constructed from barasti, palm fronds. The conflagration consumed half the houses of Bur Dubai, while the district of Deira was said to have been destroyed. The following year, more fires broke out. A female slave was caught in the act of starting one such blaze and was subsequently put to death. In 1901, Maktoum bin Hasha al Maktoum established Dubai as a free port with no taxation on imports or exports, and also gave merchants parcels of land and guarantees of protection and tolerance. These policies saw a movement of merchants not only directly from Linga, but also those who had settled in Ras Al Khaimah and Sharjah, which had historical links with Linga through the Al Qawasim tribe, to Dubai. An indicator of the growing importance of the port of Dubai can be gained from the movements of the steamer of the Bombay and Persia Steam Navigation Company, which from 1899 to 1901 paid 5 visits annually to Dubai. In 1902 the company's vessels made 21 visits to Dubai, and from 1904 on, the steamers called fortnightly. In 1906, trading 70,000 tons of cargo. The frequency of these vessels only helped to accelerate Dubai's role as an emerging port and trading hub of preference. Lorimer notes the transfer from Linger bids fair to become complete and permanent, and also that the town had by 1906 supplanted Linger as the chief entrepot of the Trucial States. The Great Storm of 1908 struck the pearling boats of Dubai and the coastal Emirates towards the end of the pearling season that year, resulting in the loss of a dozen boats and over 100 men. The disaster was a major setback for Dubai, with many families losing their breadwinner and merchants facing financial ruin. These losses came at a time when the tribes of the interior were also experiencing poverty. In a letter to the Sultan of Muscat in 1911, Bhatti laments, "Misery and poverty are raging among them, with the result that they are struggling, looting, and killing among themselves." In 1910, in the Hyacinth incident, the town was bombarded by the HMS Hyacinth, with 37 people killed. Modern Dubai, edit. During the 1970s, Dubai continued to grow from revenues generated from oil and trade, even as the city saw an influx of immigrants fleeing the Lebanese civil war. Border disputes between the Emirates continued even after the formation of the UAE. It was only in 1979 that a formal compromise was reached that ended disagreements. The Jebel Ali port, a deep-water port that allowed larger ships to dock, was established in 1979. The port was not initially a success, so Sheikh Mohammed established the Jafsa, Jebel Ali Free Zone, around the port in 1985 to provide foreign companies unrestricted import of labor and export capital. Dubai Airport and the aviation industry also continued to grow. The Gulf War in early 1991 had a negative financial effect on the city, as depositors withdrew their money and traders withdrew their trade, but subsequently, the city recovered in a changing political climate and thrived. Later in the 1990s, many foreign trading communities, first from Kuwait, during the Gulf War, and later from Bahrain, during the Shia unrest, moved their businesses to Dubai. Dubai provided refueling bases to Allied forces at the Jebel Ali Free Zone during the Gulf War, and again during the 2003 invasion of Iraq. Large increases in oil prices after the Gulf War encouraged Dubai to continue to focus on free trade and tourism.